Okay guys, welcome back to Fast Ship Performance then. This is Shadowlands HQ, pretty much where I teach from. Obviously I was in the Air Force for 20 years as a fast jet pilot, 10 years as an instructor, and I'm just going to show you the kind of stuff I use, and primarily we're just going to have a very basic comparison between the Warthog products, so the Thrustmaster, that I've used for a very long time, and I'm moving into WinWing products now. Well, have a look. Well, it's not all about that, so let's have a very quick look at what I use now and obviously what I'm going to be using soon. So first off guys, you've got the screens here. I'm a big power user of DCS, as I'm sure you're aware. Now I've got some stuff down here. I've got the keyboard coming across there. I've got some laptop here as well. So, and a bit of a room full of boxes. So as you can see right here, what we've got is a newly installed WinWing stick. It's the F16 stick there with the Orion 2 base. This base does have a motor in it, and the stick, it's, as you pull it, it gets more pressure on it, more pressure there. And I'll tell you how I feel about this stick, because I've been using a Thrustmaster up until now. I really like the Thrustmaster stick. People give it a really bad rap. Let's look at the Thrustmaster stick right now. I'll just get the Hawk cards off the table here, guys. So there's a Thrustmaster. I've just taken it down, and actually it used to have a 75mm extension, which really kind of helped. I wouldn't go above 75, to be fair. Again, it's, you know, you let go. I know people have done lots of reviews on this. I'm not reviewing the stick. I liked it. Sturdy buttons. It felt great. People complain about it all the time. I really like it. I do. I'm not just saying that. It's a solid stick. I know people don't like it. I get that. I'm saying I did. And if you're going to get into flight simming for the first time, guys, this is a great stick to get. This is a great throttle set to get. You can't go wrong. Let's talk about the throttle then, shall we? So, okay, both of these, I keep mine separate then, of course, for a twin engine airplane, because I was a tornado pilot. And we wiggle the throttles like this. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Because that's what you do in real life. Now, I've got a Shapeways indent in there, or whatever detent is called. When you push them forwards, you obviously get this resistance, and then you should be able to just push them through, clunk, into reheat. As they come out, they should drop back out of reheat, clunk, there we go. And then we come back here, we've got the lifts, of course. Lift that up there, clunk, lift it off, clunk, and it's just solid. I like it. People say, oh, it wiggles a little bit, the buttons aren't great. And yeah, I would say one of the faults of this is two things really. The buttons, as you can see here, they're not great. They're not great buttons. They're flimsy. They're not well defined. If you look at the PTO2 panel here that I have from WinWing, which again is newly installed, the buttons are really well defined. Click, 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 click. Okay, this one here, you can't really go wrong with that. Okay, they're really well defined. Here, of course, this is a very old product though now. The other thing I would say about this though is these buttons here, when you go forward, it's like 0, 1. 0, nothing happens. 1, something's going to happen. So if you use that for your gear, you'd have to go gear up, then you have to bring it back. Gear down would be that one there as well. So that's not gear up, gear down. That's very important to remember. The flap switch, however, is a three-way here. So up, middle, down. That's a three-way, pure three-way switch. I use that a lot. And yeah, this one here again is a two-way. Although it looks like a three-way switch, it's not. You've got like 1 there, 0 in the middle, and then 2 up there. So it's not a three-way. Now, on the PTO panel here, and we'll do something on the PTO panel later, if you do have a three-way switch, such as the flap switch up here, that is a three-way. Each one of these has a value, okay? So like 1, 2, 3 type thing there. There's no 0 position on that switch. It's great. There are things a little bit wrong with it. I mean, not wrong, a bit plasticky, fine, we get that. It's not an expensive panel. We'll do something on this later. Stay in focus, let's move on. So this, yeah, I would definitely grab yourself one of these if you possibly can. I like these a lot, and if the new throttle isn't as good as this, we're going to chuck it out, okay? The same thing with the stick. I love this stick. I've got a lot of hours with this stick. This stick here isn't as good as this stick here, that's getting thrown out. Okay, let's zoom in on it. That's getting thrown out, and that one's coming back in. Let's look at the new throttle then. Here we go. Boxes for foxes. Couple of boxes there. Okay, we've got the throttle base in the bottom of the Orion 2, and here you've got your F15 handles there. Oh, on the camera cap, that's brilliant. F15 handles here. So I'm not going to really go too much into them and go, oh, it feels so great right now, because it's not. I mean, these are the finger lifts in there as well. We've got that. We'll put it together. We'll put it together in due course. Open the box here. What's in the box? You've got an USB cable. You've got some sucker things, which I doubt anyone's really going to use. And then in the top here, let's just stand up. Let's take these off. The whole thing comes off here. And then what we're looking at here then is the actual throttle itself. Let's try and see if we can orientate. There we go. Now, I've been told this is a lot more robust than the Warthog, and it certainly looks it. These are a bit flimsy. Well, not flimsy, they just, I think they need to be tightened up here, which is good, because I can sort of flick those around. But it's great to have these on there for a radar. What I would say is impressive straight out the box here are these rotational ones here. Very, very impressive. And the switches, they sound robust, and all these switches are genuine two position up, down. They each have a function, not like 1 and 0. That's actually like 1 and 2. So they each have a function. Flap up here. Now, of course, that doubles up with the PTO. So, you know, you've got everything on here, is everything on there. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You want more buttons? Of course you do. These switches here, these buttons here, they're great buttons. And again, these rotational ones will be really useful. I use these for course and heading a lot in the F18, and I've got them mapped to like a kind of an extra modifying button, which can be quite frustrating. So these look really, really good. And I don't think, to be fair, these products are actually that expensive, but there is a massive issue, as we all know, with getting them out of China, isn't there? And you pay a lot of money for the import duty. I can't remember exactly what I paid for them in the UK, but you know, we're looking at the Orion 2 base here. We're looking at the stick, obviously, and we're looking at the what else we're looking at? Oh, the PTO panel. There we go. So that's very stiff there. That's great. You can move the friction there as well if you need to. I don't think this is friction here, to be fair. Hopefully these can be tightened up because these are pretty loose. We'll see. Hit the comments, guys, if you've got experience of using this already, and if you know, what are your comments on this? I mean, because personally, here's the deal. I like the Warthog product. I flew jets for a long time. That is good enough for me. You'd be surprised how robust actual jet equipment is. We kick the shit out of it, okay? So this is actually really good. I think this is really robust. I would say, you know, you can beat this up. Get one of these secondhand. You're going to be fine. However, everyone wants a new thing, and this stick most certainly is the new thing, especially with this added bit on the end here, the F16 stick. I always use that for trim, by the way. It feels robust. The buttons are great. It does help me fly better because there's no real 0 point here. Guys, I'm just trying to give you some idea of what I use. So I don't want to make a really long flight tape because no one's going to watch it, are they? No, they're not. If you want to join Shadowlands, guys, by all means, join in the new year. January the 1st, after January the 1st. Join before Christmas if you want. You know what I mean? We're doing a lot of stuff. Guys, that's what I'm using. Obviously, I'm upgrading. When I get them installed, I will give you a review of how this little chap's getting on here, and obviously how that new throttle is going to get on when I install that, and how the PTO panel is getting on as well. We'll do a bit of a review on that. I'm not a review guy. I'm an instructor guy. I teach people to fly the sim. I don't really care too much about the equipment I use. I care about how good you can become. That's the main thing about the school, okay, is I want to push you until obviously you get a little bit upset, and then we'll take you back a little bit on that, okay, help you fly with the guys, and hopefully you'll do really well. You will do well because I'm teaching you, and obviously you're a decent guy, else you wouldn't come to the school in the first place. Guys, anything in the comments, by all means leave it there. Have a great Christmas, and I mean that. And if you are thinking about maybe making some lifestyle changes in the new year, I'll do some videos for you, whether it's alcohol cessation, whether it's looking after your gambling habits or the way you eat or anything like that. I'll help you out, guys. And we do a lot of that work in the school as well. A lot of people just join the school not even to fly, they join the school just to get the community vibe, okay? Tim Davis, Fast Jet Performance.